sports. When you see that field of blue, you know it can be only one place in the world. Boise, Idaho, on the campus of Boise State and home to the fabled giant killers, the Boise State Broncos. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington State lined up to kick it off and get this game going. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Broncos offense will start this game off. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone, and that swagger sets the tone for this offense. And Jesse,
how about that elusiveness? He's got space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Broncos in the hurry-up.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Give to the running back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
On the ground, it's Genty. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long first down marker just short of the goal line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Field goal is good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Coming out with it, it's Freeman. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the Washington Washington State Cougars offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver.
Coming out aggressively. And the full dive and grab down the left. Just when you thought that ball was out of reach, nothing appeared to be out of his reach there.
Yeah, he says just throw it up and I'll go get it. To track the ball all the way down the field and dive and lay out with that body control, that is a special catch.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. He did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw, it's Pt2. He'll pull it down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Quarterback adapting. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. After run, now throw. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snags it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Washington State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a drive there of 85 yards. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Washington State, 7. Boise State, 3.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty. Fires the pass, intercepted. Takes it the other way. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Cougars!
Touchdown, Washington.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, this quarterback is going to have to be precise with his timing and his accuracy. He's already thrown a pick. That one got swatted away. Guys, we're only in the first quarter. These windows are tiny to throw into.
Back to throw, it's Nelson. He's right on target. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. On the option. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Broncos send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. They'll try to get it through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He lofts one down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Let's see what they've got on second down. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Going over the top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Right back to him on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Keeps it on the bootleg. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Broncos decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Freeman. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on...
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Line is set on 3rd down. To the air, it's Mateer. Trying to get to him. Buys a little time with his feet. Fires on the move. He's got an open man. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's 1st down. Quick strike complete. Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Washington State has it all working right now. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? all by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Broncos! The defense with the scoop and score.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Cougars. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Boise State, 10.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Running back searching for a hole. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run, fighting off the defender. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Washington State.
This offense has a 2nd down play. To throw, it's Nelson. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside. Defense.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. And the Broncos getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're trying to get to him. Finds the tight end. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
It's first down from the 11. The give to the lone running back. And they'll finally make the tackle at the 3-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Broncos! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary and make that big play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Goalpost tapping you on the shoulder. Just take care of the football here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Strikes the blow. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Boise State ready to send out that offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt him. I got to find a way.
Just keeps moving. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Broncos will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the...
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it has gone final in that enormous top 5 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Georgia looked less like a pack of dogs and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough between the hedges, and today they found a way outside of Sanford Stadium. Gonna be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other could have a case for the #1 spot in America, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. He's going to fire deep. Holds it in on the left. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on 1st down. Getting some heat. Quarterback moving. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And he'll make the catch at the 15. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wazoo! And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Gets away. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Makes the grab and a nice gain, gets it to the 35. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Broncos will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Genty.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receiver. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Wide open downfield. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos!
And that's exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Washington State, 28.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw it in.
Afterburners coming. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Washington State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Washington State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Boise State, 31.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Power football with the run. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Back to throw, it's Nelson. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. What a cannon this dude has for an arm.
And there's nothing more frustrating when you watch a Hail Mary and they don't get it to the end zone, or they throw it out of the back of the end zone. Great job by the quarterback. You got to put that thing way up in the air, and he does. And his receiver comes down with it. What a play.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Boise for a fun first half than you? Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to two of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves. And with that, let's send it back to our guys high above the Smurf turf.
The Broncos will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Freeman. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick pass on the jet motion. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Cougars come to the line in the hurry-up.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And he's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Washington State. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Takes the handoff. It's Genty. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Catch inside the 30 and still running. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. And the Broncos are on the move. The give to the fullback. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He got it. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out. It's Freeman. He gets a block. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self, kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. He'll bring it out. It's Bates. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Gonna run it. It's Genty. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's gonna have to throw for it. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Broncos will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Shakes off the defender.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Looking for the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about.
Defense.
So a little too much contact through the PI. Decline that one and the touchdown stand. He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Line getting set on 2nd down. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
It doesn't matter what the defense has tried to do. Man coverage, zone coverage, blitz, whatever. Quarterback has been locked in. 350 passing yards now.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Sends it downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And the Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off-play action on first down. Feeling some heat. And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Broncos are rolling down the field. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Off the play fake. Got his man quickly. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. He'll set up to throw. It's complete on the right side. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to the air one more time. Makes the catch. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Boise State! That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And the extra point is good. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kick it off.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Grab behind the line, it's Williams. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right? You still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. first down here for the offense. Got it behind the line. It's Williams. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, he just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Looking for a man, it's Pt2. They're bringing heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Washington State will have to boot it away. On the return, it's Genty. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. Looking to move it through the air. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. And the Broncos want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to the counter. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Keeps it going. Shoots it to the left. Got it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown, Broncos! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Back to the ground game on the left. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Try to get it to the edge. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10.
for the offense.
To the air, it's Mateer. Trying to beat the D deep. Touchdown, Cougars! They move on top here in the fourth.
Washington State.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He wants a big play here late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football, in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.